Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another Level Up Cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? If you're with me last week, then you know we drew 3 different versions or styles of Mickey Mouse. I thought we'd try that again this week, only with another iconic cartoon character, Bugs Bunny. We'll start with the earliest version of Bugs. In fact, so early, he didn't even have a name yet. First seen in the 1938 cartoon Porky's Hare Hunt. Our second version represents what Bugs looked like for the first decade of cartoons after being officially named Bugs Bunny, which, by the way, happened in 1940 in the cartoon Wild Hare. And finally, we'll draw the more upright Bugs, the Bugs we've come to know and love, which he achieved in the 1950s. By drawing these 3 versions of Bugs with me today, I think you'll get a truer appreciation or sense of how he evolved over time, more than you can get just by looking at the 3 versions. And as we go along today, I'll point out some of those evolutionary milestones. But before we get started, make sure you hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button, as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. Alright, so let's draw our 3 versions of Bugs Bunny. We're going to draw our 3 versions of Bugs Bunny step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw him again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the character's head to figure out how big the entire character is. In the first 2, the 2 earlier versions of Bugs, he had a pronounced curved back, giving him a sort of stooped forward-leaning posture. In those drawings, Bugs is just over 3 heads high. In other words, however tall his head is, not including his ears, his entire body is a little over 3 of those. In the classic version of Bugs, the one we recognize, his back isn't quite so curved, meaning he's a little more upright. In this final version, Bugs is 4 heads tall. In other words, however tall his head is, his entire body is 4 of those, not counting his ears. Okay, so we'll start with the earliest version of Bugs, before he actually had a name. This earliest version is clearly the simplest of the 3. His eyes are simple ovals, his nose looks more like Mickey Mouse's, and he lacks any of the white cheek fur or white belly that he has in later versions. In fact, for the first 4 cartoons featuring the nameless Bugs, he was all one color. First white and then gray. Okay, enough yapping. Let's draw that original, nameless version of Bugs Bunny. Okay, so there's the earliest version of Bugs Bunny, when he was just known as a rabbit. So now for our second version, we're going to draw what Bugs looked like for the first decade of his existence after he was known as Bugs Bunny. First named in the 1940 cartoon Wild Hare. You'll notice his face now has more definition, including cheeks and more of a Bugs Bunny type nose. His eyes have changed, although they look a little more sneaky than twinkly, and he now has some of the coloration of Bugs that we're used to, with the white cheeks and the white belly. Okay, so let's draw the Wild Hare version of Bugs. All right, there he is. Bugs Bunny circa 1940. Okay, so for our last version of Bugs, we're going to draw the iconic Bugs. The Bugs Bunny we all know and love. Maybe the most recognizable cartoon character on the planet after Mickey Mouse. Remember, this version of Bugs is a bit more upright and thus a little taller than the earlier versions. His cheeks are now furry, his eyes more mischievous and fun instead of sneaky. All right, so let's draw the iconic Bugs Bunny. Alrighty, there they are, our three versions of Bugs Bunny, before he was named, after he was named, and the iconic, more upright version of Bugs. So how do you think you did? Understand, if you've never drawn any version of Bugs Bunny before, you can't expect to have drawn him perfectly. You notice I don't spend time coloring our Bugs Bunnies during this video because I want my lesson to focus solely on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing various versions of Bugs Bunny. And with that, you can draw him again and again, and by all means color him when you're done. I promise each time you draw them, they'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. For those of you who want to go a little deeper, click on the link below for my free 4-part drawing series, where I spend more time explaining the details and the thinking behind each step in what I call the level up cartooning process. So I'd love to see your drawings of Bugs. If you can, post them on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag levelupcartooning. I hope you had as much fun as I did with this one. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep drawing, my friends.